This is going to be the first episode of framing for the inside of the house, and we'll just keep going from there. But I got these first walls I built up and in. I have those two made, ready to put in, but while I have this lift, I want to get all these ceiling joists in. So I got the outside 2 rows in. I had to put a board along my posts to attach them to. I had regular 2x4 hangers there, and then I had undermount hangers on these inside ones, which I can hang 2x4s from both sides. So we're going to go ahead and hopefully get that finished up today, and then work on some more walls. But got the lift loaded up with some 2x4s, the stuff I need, and just gonna see what we can't get done today. Is all done. All the ceiling joists are up. And man, does it make this solid. None of this even moves at all. So I'm pretty excited about that. Basically, these are undermount hangers. So you got a couple nails in the bottom. You can hang a 2x4 off each side. And then there's a lot of nails. That's why that pneumatic air nailer is nice, because man, it would take you forever to nail all these. I think it turned out pretty good. Tomorrow I'll get after some walls. right, this wall is all done except for right there under the windows. And what I did is I started in this corner and pulled my 16 on center off of that. So I started here and I ran 16 on center all the way across. And then I'll make a note. The drywallers, they're good at this, they can figure it out, but I'll make a note where I started just so I can mark it for them. But now I'm going to start on this wall, and basically all I have to do is I have to do this section and this section, and then right here and right here, I won't do that until I get the second story up, because my floor joists are going to run into that cavity, and then plywood my subfloor will go into there, and then my walls up there will sit on that floor. So we're going to build this section and this section, and then we're going to come over here and we're going to build these two walls right here, and they'll have a double top plate because they're going to support the floor joists for the upstairs, and they'll be even with that header. And I used my laser level a while ago, and I marked all the posts where I want the height of my bottom of my floor joist. So I'm going to start pulling my 16 on center over there, and I'll pull it all the way across, and then wherever I have a wall coming out, either downstairs or upstairs, I'll just patch in a board for my drywall to sit on the corners. So guys, I shaved this styrofoam or this foam insulation off this header because my joists are going to sit on this for the upstairs, and they actually start right here. And then this right here is going to be the header that comes off, headed north and south, that will be the edge of the upstairs, and then everything over here will be 18-foot ceiling. So what I like to do when I hang these hangers take like 38 nails, and if you've ever put one in the wrong spot and then had to get it off, it's a real pain. So what I do is I just take some scrap LVL, laminate them so I can make sure when I mount this I get them perfectly flush, and then I use some structural lags, 2 on each side. They're plenty strong to hold this. And then I just leave it like that until I get everything up, and then I'll come back and nail it. That way, if I made a mistake, it's not that hard to get off and move versus trying to get 38 nails off. All right, so the header comes off here for the upstairs edge. Floor joists will sit on this above the windows, and then they'll sit on top of those walls right there. I ran those walls up a little higher just to get them up even with the floor joist. So I have something to set my walls up there. It's easier just to build 2 walls versus that one and get it stood up. That's 18 feet, a little harder for me to get stood up by myself. When I put these walls in, the only thing that sucks about doing it this way is this overspray. I just have to shave this little bit off the sides here. And then every once in a while, he came out a little high. It's not too hard. It takes, I don't know, maybe 10 extra minutes at the most per section. Alright guys, the lower level all along here is done. Turned out real nice, actually went really well. But this over here is kind of a mess. Some of it was overfilled, and you know, it's hard. I didn't know a ton about spray foam before I got going on this, and so my plan might have been a little lofty, but actually it worked pretty darn good everywhere, except for right here, and a couple reasons. One, some of it was overfilled, and I have these 3 4-inch pipes that go down to my septic system that will tie into the upstairs bathrooms and then also go up and be vents, and those created problems too. It was just too, when I started thinking about framing that up, to cut the insulation out and then to frame around all those pipes and posts, it just was too much. And luckily there's no windows on this section here, so I'm able to do the 2x4s 2 foot on center, and then instead of setting my joists on a wall, I'm going to have to get an LVL. I'm going to get 11 7/8 LVL header, and it will be nailed, and then there also put structural screws in it that my joists will sit on. I had to notch these posts 1/4 inch, so I got that done. The sizes I need are in stock at Menards, so I'll pick those up in the morning, get that up there. And then all I have is this little section over here to finish, and I can't really take this all the way across because there's a bathroom right here that was already plumbed, and obviously you can't move it in the cement. So if I bump this out 1.5 inches, it would throw off the whole flow of this bathroom. So this isn't too bad right in here, so I'll just frame up the way I've been framing, and we'll be done. So that's pretty awesome. I'll be able to finish that up tomorrow, no problem. It's supposed to rain, so we'll get that done. And then I'll probably start marking out and laying out these posts and whatnot. So when I started this, I told you guys, you know, part of the reason I'm doing this, well, most of the reason I'm doing this, filming all this and editing it adds a lot of work and time to this project. But I want this to be a resource for people that want to build a post frame house and to learn from me. And I have plans to build other post frame houses for other people. So I wanted to build mine first to figure out all the ins and outs and what works the best and what's the most efficient. And I've learned a lot about the spray foam. Definitely love that. I don't think I'd ever not do spray foam. It's a lot more expensive, but it is amazing, man. I mean, this place is sealed up so good. But had I had to do it over again, I probably would have ordered my windows with no jambs in them, or seen if they could have extended them out another 1.5 inches so I could have done this on the entire inside. Now, the way my plans are, I use up every inch. I know that seems crazy, but upstairs, you know, where the way the rooms are laid out, I use up every inch. So 3 inches isn't a lot when you take it away from both sides, but it does matter. But this is going to turn out nice. I got lucky that there's no windows here, so it won't mess up my jambs. And I'll be able to get an LBL header to go across there and get that in there. But you can see here, these jambs were pre-installed for a 7-inch wall. So the drywall will go right up, and then all I have to do is add my casing around it. So that will be super nice. So that's why I didn't do that in here, and honestly, these all went pretty good. But something to think about, that obviously went a lot faster. It was a lot easier. I'm not gonna say it wasn't, because it definitely was. And I think on the next one, I'll definitely order my windows with the jambs for 9.5 inches if I can, or I'll just get them without the jambs and build them. All right guys, I got it up there. I notched those posts 1/4 inch because these LVLs are 1 3/4 inches, and obviously 2x lumber is 1.5 inches. and you can see it sits nice and flush. So I got it mounted up there. So now I'm gonna shoot some nails in there, and then I'll put 2 6-inch structural lags in there as well, and that should be good and solid. So, all right, well, I hope you guys all enjoyed this first framing video for the interior of the house. I know that I'm getting pretty excited. I'm making good progress. The next video should be out probably Monday afternoon, I'm guessing. But I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you guys learned something, and you can make a good decision on how you want to, do the inside of your house. And like I said in the video, I'm going to share with you as I go along what I think the best way to do it is. And my walls turned out awesome, and for the most part they went up really good. It's just that one end presented some challenges that I didn't foresee, but you just have to work around it and make it work, and that's what I did. And I think if I had to do it over again, I think I would do the whole house like that. But with the windows being ordered with the jambs already in, it wouldn't have made any sense to do that on the whole house. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you on the next one.